This is a big steal for the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have just signed offensive lineman Joe Noteboom. This is a huge move for the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to get into it in this video. But first of all, my name is Sam Stewart. Welcome to Ravens Digest. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. We're going to talk everything Ravens this offseason. Once we get into the season, we'll be covering all of the action as well as trade rumors and everything you would ever need to know about this organization. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, everyone, let's dive in. Like I mentioned at the top of the video, the Ravens have signed Joe Noteboom to a contract. Now, Noteboom is a player that comes with a lot of experience. He started 40 straight games at TCU, which was a big help for him coming into the league and playing for the Rams. And he was a Super Bowl experienced and a Super Bowl champion player as well. So it's interesting. He started about half his games for the Los Angeles Rams, and he was actually signed initially as the backup to Andrew Whitworth. Now, he dealt with some injuries last year, only making 4 starts, but this is a guy with a lot of potential. Hopefully, when we have a player like this, we can kind of see a situation where he finds a new home, and he's able to kind of have a new start, a new chapter to his career, if you will. And I wanted to talk about the Ravens offensive line in this video. So another thing to consider with this offseason with the signing of Noteboom is also the Ravens drafting of 3 offensive linemen, including Emory Jones Jr., pictured on the screen right now, in the 3rd round, Carson Vincent drafted in the 5th round, and Garrett Dillinger drafted in the 7th round. So looking at the Ravens offensive line, when we add a player like Noteboom, we could see a veteran mentoring these young guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Cameron DeSilva of Rams.We had to say about Noteboom. Noteboom was a versatile lineman who played every position up front except center during his tenure with the Rams. He's primarily an offensive tackle, and the Rams signed him to be the replacement for Andrew Whitworth at left tackle in 22 when they gave him a $40 million deal. Now, like I said, things didn't exactly work out with Noteboom in Los Angeles with some of the injuries that he had, but hopefully this is a new start for him in Baltimore. And the Ravens are looking to keep the trend of a solid offensive line going into this year. You need to have consistency as a line going forward as you hope to continue to improve and hopefully make that jump to the Super Bowl past teams like Chiefs and the Bills. So let's go ahead and look at this article from ProFootball.com, where the Ravens were given a A- grade last year for their regular season offensive line play, 92.1, ranking 2nd in the league. So let's have a look at what they had to say. Over the course of the 2024 season, the Baltimore Ravens offensive line was very good at pass and run blocking. They finished in the top 5 across many categories, including overall sack rate, 4.8%, PBWR 3rd, and RBWR 3rd. Their sack rate was 6th when facing the blitz, 5.2, and 5th when facing 4 or fewer rushers. And another thing to consider that is brought up in this article, from a pass blocking perspective, the Ravens ranked 26th in overall pressure, 22nd against the blitz, and 28th when not facing the blitz. Yet, Lamar Jackson had some of the highest times to throw in the league across all various categories, which exacerbates those pressure numbers. Jackson's style also plays into low sack rates, as he is both very elusive in and out of the pocket. So if we look at these 2 factors, the idea that Lamar Jackson is great at getting the ball out on time, and he has even less interceptions last year, less fumbles, that's even a bonus. But just look at the fact that he gets the ball on time, and then the Ravens have such a solid pass and run blocking scheme and personnel. Those 2 factors led to the offensive explosion that we saw many times last year. Needs to continue into this year, though. So what do you think about these signings? Is this going to shore up the Ravens offensive line, the signing of Noteboom, as well as drafting 3 offensive linemen? Please let me know in the comments whether or not you think this was a good signing. And if not, what should the Ravens target in free agency instead of O-linemen moving forward? For Ravens Digest, my name is Sam Stewart. Stay tuned to keep up to date with all your Ravens updates. Until next time.